Stop this now. Stop this now. That is all I'm going to say. Stop this now. Sydney Coulson just set a career high in minutes. Asterisks, she played more minutes last year when Vegas rested their entire team. When Vegas played their bench for the whole game, which I'm not counting because they were already setting their seeds in the playoff and rested everybody for the playoffs. That does not count. She just set her career high, her actual career high in minutes. She's about to turn 36. She just set her career high in minutes. Sid Coulson has played over 25 minutes in a game twice in her career. Twice in her career, she's played over 25 minutes in a game, and she goes and plays 32 yesterday. Like, she plays 32 minutes yesterday, and I just can't believe it. I cannot believe what I am seeing. I cannot believe what I was watching. And I was looking through, and I'm like, surely, I saw a tweet about it, and I'm like, surely Sid Coulson has played more minutes than that at some stage in her career. And I'm like, everyone's saying Sydney Coulson, played the whole game at point guard for the Aces. And I watched the game and I'm like, I don't think she played that much, but I'm like, surely she played in the 20s. But if you look at Sydney Coulson, she is currently playing 13.8 minutes per game. And just let's take a look. Let's just take a look. Regular season, game log. In 2023, in that game, she played 15 minutes. In the year of 2023, that most minutes she played was 15. Again, she's about to turn 36. In 2022, the most minutes she played was 11 for the season. In 2020, it was the wobble. The most minutes she played was 16. In 2019, the most minutes she played in a game was 22. 22 minutes is the most minutes she played in 2019. In 2018, she played 17 minutes in preseason. In what year are we in now? We're at 2017, where the most minutes she played was 27. So she played over 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the game twice there. Sorry, I might have been wrong with what I said initially. 25 is the most minutes she played in this season. Maybe I was right with what I said. So she played 27. Oh, no, she played 30 minutes in a regular season game. She played 30 minutes in a game. Okay. Sorry. She's played over 30 minutes once in a regular season game. That may or may not have mattered. And then she played barely anything before that. So Sid Coulson, again, has played over 25 minutes before yesterday 3 times. That wasn't. And by the way, that was second last game of the season. It could have been the same scenario. They were just resting players. She played 31 minutes. She had as many turnovers. Up until the buzzer, she had more turnovers than assists. She had more fouls than points. And by the way, I'm not joking when I say this, she gave up 15 points on the defensive end by just throwing herself out of positions. Sid Coulson is a pest. Sid Coulson is what she is. She is what she is. And Sid Coulson, as a 5-minute-a-game player, is fine. Absolutely fine as a 5-minute-per-game player. Because she can come in, be a bit of a nuisance. She can affect the team's defense in like a Pat Bev role. But I don't even know if I can call it a Pat Bev role, because Pat Bev could at least do something on offense. Sid Coulson took more shots than Leah Boston. Sid Coulson called her own. I don't think she passed the ball to Leah Boston in the post once in the entire game. She called her own number over Leah Boston. And look, I'm not blaming Sydney Coulson. I'm blaming the GM. I'm blaming, why? There's no reason why the GM is stuck in a situation where Sydney Coulson is their only backup point guard. And by the way, I blame Stephanie White as well. You don't have to play Sydney Coulson 31 minutes. And I understand Sophie Cunningham struggles to get the ball past the halfway line. I understand that. Just let Aaliyah play point guard. If you want to run this motion offense you speak so much of, you don't need a big point guard. You don't need a point guard. Any sort of a motion offense, an equal opportunity type offense, involves wings playing the one, wings making decisions, all of this stuff. It involves all of that stuff. And in general, it's something that you don't need. You don't need a traditional point guard. So everything Stephanie White says makes no sense. And there is no scenario where things go wrong enough that Sydney Coulson's playing 30 minutes in a meaningful game. I'm sorry, there's no team in the WNBA that would play Sydney Coulson 30 minutes. Like, the Sky wouldn't play Sydney Coulson 30 minutes. The Valkyries wouldn't play, she wouldn't make the Valkyries roster. The Sun wouldn't play, I don't know if she makes the Sun's roster. The Sun would play Sanaya Rivers, Marina Mabry, anyone. Anyone over, like, in that situation. Because Sid Coulson is completely fine. She is completely fine as a 5-minute-a-game player. And I don't think Sydney Coulson's a bad player to have in a team. But, like, if you're going to play Sydney Coulson a career high of minutes at 36 years old, she's going to look terrible. She's going to look terrible. And that's on the coach. That's on the coach. I'm sorry. Like, it's like playing, I'm trying to just think in the NBA, it's like playing Udonis Haslem 40 minutes a game. Like old Udonis Haslem. Like, him being on the team, cool. It was like playing him 40 minutes a game when it mattered. And, like, thinking it was going to work okay. And, like, fans obviously getting annoyed at Sydney Coulson. No. Sydney Coulson is what she is. She is a player that is there for vibes, is a good locker room presence, and can come in and in 5 minutes of playing can affect the game, which is hard to do. Which is really hard to do. And I think Sydney Coulson is would be a fine signing for the Indiana Fever if they if it wasn't for the fact that they literally do not have a backup point guard. They could have signed Serena Sundell on a hardship. I'm pretty sure the salary cap would allow them to sign Sundell on a hardship. They're down to 10 players. And then why is Bree Turner on this team? Like, if you're going to play Dantas all those minutes, and Dantas been exceptional on defense, I feel, this year, why is Bree Turner on the team? Like, as soon as Caitlin goes down for those 2 weeks, you get rid of Bree Turner and you find someone. You find someone on a hardship. You bring up Sundell. You bring up Cheyenne Sellers, just was a disaster. You try out Sundell, because Sundell might be able to do it. You try out freaking Ari McDonald. You bring up Ari McDonald, a near double-digit scorer last season at point guard. Again, are any of these players the answer? No. But, like we saw last year with the Wings when they brought up Odyssey Sims, how much of a difference someone like an Odyssey Sims can make. And especially when Caitlin Clark is gone. Like, I'm sorry, you don't need an entire team of locker room guys. Like, when you only have 11 players and 2 of them are locker room players, you only realistically have 9 players. And then suddenly you're forced to play the locker room player, and you don't play Michaela Timpson either. You're now forced to play Sid Coulson. Bree Turner's not good enough. This team currently has 8 players that are good enough to play, and you're now forced to play Sid Coulson, basically. And again, you're not forced to play Sid Coulson 31 minutes, but, like, you know something's gone wrong when a 36-year-old sets their career high in minutes. You know something's gone wrong when you have given a 36-year-old their career high in minutes. And this team is meant to be good. Like, look, where do I rank the Fever healthy this season? They were the Atlanta Dream looked good, and they were 1 possession off beating the Liberty. And they were not even 1 possession. There were 4 bad refereeing calls off beating the Liberty. So, for me, Lynx, Liberty, top 2. Mercury 3. The Mercury look 100 times better without Copper than the Fever do without Caitlin. And Copper is exceptional. I think when the Copper comes back, the Mercury are going to be one of the top teams in the league. I have the Mercury at 3. I still think when Caitlin's healthy, the Fever are the 4th best team in the WNBA. But, like, to say the Fever aren't at least in a conversation with the Storm and the Aces, even when Caitlin Clark is healthy, is crazy. Like, I understand keeping Michaela Timpson on the team. Michaela Timpson did more in 30 seconds than some players have done in entire games. Like, I understand keeping Michaela Timpson on the team. But, like, there is absolutely no way that the team didn't even draft a point guard. The team didn't even draft a point guard. So they couldn't pull a Leah 2 King being like, you know what, we kind of need a backup point guard. Like, why they drafted Bree Hall instead of Serena Sundell? Give Serena Sundell a chance in preseason. So even if you're going to cut Sundell, then you can go and bring her back. In this scenario, you can cut Bree Turner. Bree Turner's not on guaranteed money. There's no reason. Or maybe she is if she made the roster. I don't know. But, like, the team are in an awful situation. And a lot of people are still expecting them to take Jaylen Brown back. Like, who's the offense stops here player as well. Like, it's just a disaster. It is an all-around disaster. And Coulson playing 31 minutes That can't happen again. And the worst part is, I don't think they have any alternative. If Rashid Mazian, if he just every single time Coulson's off the floor, full court presses Sophie Cunningham, you can force Coulson back on the floor. Because Steph White's shown that she'll play Sydney Coulson. Like, not even Chrissy Sides would have done this. And by the way, there is absolutely no excuse for Sid Coulson over Erica Wheeler. But at the same time, maybe Erica Wheeler didn't want to come back. Maybe she was happy out. Maybe she was happy out because the Storm offered her a bigger role. So I'm not going to go too angry about that. But there are 50 better point guards. There's no excuse for not looking at Monica Cohen-McCanny. There's no excuse about not bringing in Janelle Salone or not offering Janelle Salone a starting power forward spot. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for not looking overseas and trying to sign, I blanked on her, the Spanish do-it-all point guard. There's a Spanish point guard who like does it all. She's like 6'1". I think she averages in the Spanish league, she averages like 7, 6, and 6. She's just like do-it-all Swiss Army knife. I blanked on her name. There's no reason to not trade a pick to try get Marine Foto over from the New York Liberty. There's no excuse for any of these things. And this is on the front office. This isn't on Sydney Coulson. Sydney Coulson is what she is. Like, I'm sorry, like if you force a player, like if you force anyone to play that many minutes that's just not at the level that's her role, they're gonna look bad. It's not on Sydney Coulson. I don't blame Sydney Coulson for this one bit. I blame the coach and I blame the GM and I blame the front office for going for all the big names instead of the actual players that will fit. And all the people saying that the Fever, they just signed a bunch of old people in the offseason and it's not going to work out, they were right. I think the Fever signing 1 to 2 players with experience would help. They went and just signed a bunch of players that were past it. Other than, again, Natasha Howard is Natasha Howard. She is what she is. And I still think Dewana Bonner was a great signing. I still think if they just signed Dewana Bonner and then gone young everywhere else, I would have been really happy. But anyway, I'll see you guys.